lawyer in velvet gown whispers the law beneath the moon's sweet glow. He's here to guide you through the undertow, from tales of love lost and battles won, to secrets that hide when the day is done. He'll paint the night with stories so stark. Welcome to family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark. The lawyer's voice smooth like leather, piecing lives only he can tether. In the sultry jazz lounge, let the wisdom flow. Feel the rhythm in the late night glow. Through custody tangles and alimony strife, he navigates the drama of everyday life. With a wry wink and a cheeky remark, let's unravel family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark.
Happy Friday, everybody. And this is Omar Serrato with Tilted Lawyer Podcast, joined by Bruce and Brad and Jocelyn. And scrolling down on the screen, if you care to participate on today's show, call that number, leave a voicemail. If Dominic likes you long enough and you're feeling a little bit squirrely, you could even jump in and join the conversation with whatever we're talking about. We were just talking about various levels of sexual harassment, and Bruce got really gross.
What? I always watch my mandatory videos as early as possible. Vote early, vote often.
And then we were just talking about how at the Eagle Law Firm, we don't have any video. It's just proceed at your own risk.
Oh dear.
It's how about just don't sexually harass people, and then we could all get along. It's pretty much it. How you doing, Jocelyn?
Good.
Looking
good.
awfully purple, red.
The lighting. Happy Friday.
Brad is over there, back from his walk, I think.
No, I haven't walked for months now, or a month.
Oh,
and
no.
a month and a half. It's freaking cold outside.
Bro, that's the best time to walk.
You guys are dealing with smoke inhalation, and I'm over here freezing the giblets off because it's so cold.
We were
Bundle up, Brad.
yeah, just bundle up, man. You get yourself like one of those wrestling. Wrap yourself in foil.
Insulate those giblets.
Get a sauna suit.
Yeah, get a sauna suit, man, and run that shit out. Sweat the pounds away. You know. And then Bruce is over there chilling, man. It looks so like tranquil over there in Oregon with the trees.
It's a little cold out.
He's not in the pedo van today. That's cool.
I just got Moose Wagon. It's a tech van, dude. It's not a white van.
Oh, that makes it worse somehow. The tech van, huh?
Yeah. What?
That old Ford Express van.
You don't like the tech van? It's deep cherry red.
What the fuck, Bruce? What the fuck?
I'm just saying that's the color from the factory. What do you want?
But does it have wood paneling?
Sure. Well,
Definitely
not on the outside.
compatible.
Not on
Is
the
it
outside.
soundproofed in any way?
Oh no.
Soundproof? I don't know. I mean, it's probably more soundproof than a Toyota Corolla. I don't know.
Crow says that you could put more clothes on than you can take off.
Yes.
Words of wisdom. Words to live by, I guess. What's up,
Complicated.
Amy? How you been, man? That's right. Bruce eats moose.
Oh my.
Could you eat moose?
Yeah, yes. It's
Yeah.
a delicacy.
Is it delicious?
Go watch Anthony Bourdain in Newfoundland, Canada, and they enjoy some fine dining.
On moose?
Yes.
I
And other
remember.
things. There's a lot of fish there too as well.
I mean, I would try it. I would definitely try it. I mean, you could eat elk. How different is moose from an elk?
Probably
not.
roughly the same. Gamey, pretty tough, not a whole lot of fat.
Well, it just depends on how you cook it, though, Brad.
Well, these guys really enjoyed their moose.
Yeah,
They called
enjoyed
it
that shit.
gamey.
Because they braised that shit and they properly seasoned it and they had the salt break down the fibers and they probably had it aged in butter for like 30
They called
days.
it the champagne of meat.
The champagne.
I don't know about that, man, because cows are pretty delicious. And they tend to be like the benchmark of steaks. I don't know if I would call it that, but
I don't know.
Stuck in Oblivion.
Watch this episode. I wasn't there.
No,
Rest in peace.
I'm specifically doing the opposite of what Stuck in Oblivion said. I'm highlighting her comment that made no sense. Assuming you are not commando, technically you can always take off one more item of clothing. Then what the fuck?
And you can remove.
Well,
Taking it off is removing it. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Provided you're not naked, you can always take something off. So.
I need a flow chart. I need a block diagram.
I mean, how technical are we getting? Because now we're like getting like shaving off body hairs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You could be like Powder from 1995.
Sounds
I bet y'all don't even know what that movie is.
I do.
Bruce,
it was Willy Wonka.
Yeah, Dominic. God damn it. Never knows my movie references. Brad is sitting over there. He doesn't know my movie references either. It's cool.
No, I do.
You knew about Powder?
Powder?
Oh boy.
From Willy Wonka? I'm trying to.
These are two different movies.
Very different movies. I don't even remember what Powder was about. It was about some guy that was an albino that had magical powers. He could harness the powers of thunder and lightning or something.
But did he have dragons?
No, I don't think he had dragons.
Was he a Khaleesi?
He was not a Khaleesi.
Not a Khaleesi. That's from 95.
Some people are.
6.
Oh. I was on a date with a young lady when I watched that stupid movie, Powder. It was her choice. That's why I remember
date movie?
It was a date movie when I was like 15.
You see, my stupid date movie was Big Fish, and I hated that.
That sounds stupid. I wouldn't watch a movie called Big
That would
Fish.
be a decent date movie, though. That wouldn't be an inappropriate date movie.
Well, because I didn't understand it. It was too deep for my knowledge at the time.
Oh.
And the other stupid one I got taken to was the Britney Spears movie, which was awful.
Hey, there is a super chat goal that is active. It says 20. But if we get 10 super chats, here's the deal. If we get 10 super chats, Dominic is going to twerk on camera.
Oh, no.
No, he says no. Now I'm sexually harassing Dominic. Okay.
That means I want to remove a super chat.
If we get 20 super chats, I'm going to tell a nightmare story from a dating online incident that happened like 13 years ago.
To you?
To me.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I did.
Online dating.
Hails from MySpace.
Oh, I got catfished so bad.
You were catfished?
I will tell you all how I handled it too.
Oh dear.
But we got to hit our super chat goal for me to do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to save it for next time. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see. I think 20's asking for an awful lot. But I also don't feel like telling that story. So how about that? Anyway, let's get into our first case of the day. This person, we're only doing 4 today. Oh, look, son of a bitch. Oh, Sarah Dawn, did I tell you that they have to be like greater than like greater or equal to $5? It's not my rules. That's like the lowest you would make.
Adding,
is $5.
You know what, Dominic? We will count every super chat.
Yeah.
Dominic is just going to have to manually count. Yeah. Well, I'll keep it starred, but I can't. It won't count on the ticker unless it's over $5.
It's like $4.50 American or something.
I don't know what it is, man. I don't make the YouTube rules. I just abide by them somehow.
Or no, wait, isn't it the other way? It's like
Yeah.
$1.50 American. Or
Strike
something.
that. Reverse it.
Oops.
There's the Willy Wonka reference. There.
Oh, exactly. I do that with my daughters all the time. They still don't get it. They like the new Willy Wonka. And it pisses me off.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Is it the one with Timothy?
Got it.
With
I
that,
haven't seen it.
with that fucking guy, the young
Yeah,
guy
I haven't seen it.
that all the ladies like.
I've only ever seen the Johnny Depp one.
Oh, that doesn't count.
No?
We strike that one from memory. No. How y'all feel about the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka?
I haven't had enough drugs.
It was interesting, but I do not think it compares.
Well, we're two of them in. Let me guess. You grinded on the cat. I did not grind on the catfish. I did not grind on the catfish.
Oh, spicy.
Make it sashimi on the dance floor.
Yeah. Also, I gotta watch my tone with these flads because everyone thinks I grind on everything now. It's not the case.
Well, you're asserting dominance. Come on.
I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
do.
I'm gonna grind on someone. So
Another
to
guy
assert
comes in. I said, "What did you do? Grind on him?"
Mhm.
No. What the fuck?
Mhm. Yes. Grinding is ongoing.
Oh boy. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's okay. All right, let's get into this first case. Let me share my screen. Oh, it's already shared.
What is
Okay.
this AI thing?
Oh, that's a Max AI. It lets me write my summaries that are in the description. So I'll go like here and I'll say like, "Hey, summarize this page."
No, I know what it is, but it's taking up space.
Yeah.
With the
Oh.
story.
Am I sharing the wrong screen? I'm
Get rid
definitely.
of it.
You have it on.
There we go.
There you
All right. I'm sharing the wrong hypo. Is what I'm doing. Here, let me share. Which one do I want? AI just for yeah, that's the
I'm
one.
lost.
Okay, I know. I'm sorry, Bruce. So
Flowchart.
I haven't
Oh,
written
man.
like crazy.
Extra stuff.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a good one. It's supposed to be a good one. So this person says they want to know, the title of it is, "Am I the asshole for just deciding not to travel because my wife made reservations for Disney again?" Could I just tell you about my history with Disneyland, man? It's
Oh, boy.
Oh, be careful. Careful. Might have a lot of Disney fans.
I don't give a fuck. Look, I am a Disney fan. I am knowledgeable in all the Disney movies. Some would say that I'm a Disney historian. But I have been to Disneyland thousands, literally thousands of times.
Thousands?
That's quite a bit.
Do you have an,
Close.
Ew.
do you have
Pretty
an
close.
Excel spreadsheet to prove
I-
these claims?
I don't
All the
have-
receipts.
All your receipts.
It's probably not in the thousands, but
Thousands?
definitely into the hundreds.
Probably feels
Probably
that way.
more than 500, less than 1,000.
Dang.
My eldest daughter is 18 years old. I've had season passes for yearly annual passes with her since she was 2.
Okay. So yeah, that checks out then.
So you've been to Disney more times than Dr. Medchill's delivered babies.
For sure. I was going to Disneyland back when I was like a DILF, when I was like single dad, like taking my with the stroller, and it was just me and Raven, and then like back when I was like in that category of life. I'm not in that category. I don't know what category I'm in.
Picking up girls at the Disney, not the place you want to be doing it.
Oh boy.
Why not? It was like if I was like my dad, I would say like, "Dude, you want to get girls? All you got to do is bring your daughter around and stroll her around to the thing, and like they will come." And like you would,
But at Disneyland?
I
Yeah.
did not do this. It's something that
How
my
old were
dad-
you? Were you 30?
No, I was in my
27?
late 20s. Say 27.
See,
Do you
dog-
think there's a bunch of mid-20s girls just wandering around Disneyland looking for a guy?
Well, I don't know about looking for a guy.
Could I
but
just describe this?
There's a lot of.
Going to Disneyland was a very different experience when I was just going me and my daughter when she was like a baby, and when I go now with my wife and my 3 kids.
Mm.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was just a whole different level of awareness. Is what I would say.
There's more
And
to
I-
keep track of.
And I would never go there to like pick up women. That's never what I did. Not with my child there. Never. I'm just saying that I experienced Disneyland very differently when it was just me and my daughter to when I go with my family that I have now. That is all. But where was I even going with this? Oh,
We're going to read this post.
We are okay. You know what, Bruce? Why don't you read it, man? I'm all read up for
Yeah, you've been reading. Let's see. Okay, my wife Jess and I have been married for the past 13 years. We're both 39. After experiencing financial hardship throughout our 20s and early 30s, Jess and I are now fortunate enough to have the means to travel once or twice a year. The only problem is that Jess literally only wants to go to Disney World. That's the Florida one, right? Disney World.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Florida one.
We have been to Disney 9 times now, and every vacation we have ever taken together was to go there, including our honeymoon.
Why would you go to your honeymoon in Disney? Why, dude?
Don't they have some now in Florida? Don't they have some good like hotel resorts? You could maybe
No.
have a good
Like,
honeymoon.
how does that
there, right?
compete with like going to like freaking Italy or going to like Greece or going to anywhere else in the
Yeah,
world? that has
the
a
problem with
throwback-
Florida is an alligator's trying to kill you when you.
I
step
would
off
say
grass.
the price between going to Disney and going international is significantly higher, but it's Disney.
Maybe.
I would say
Yeah.
this. I was looking at prices to go on a Disney cruise with my
Oh
4
my.
and 5-year-old.
Yeah, those are rough.
About $11,000, but with the discount, I could have got it for like $8,000. And I was like, still for 5 days, I would have to
Wow.
fly to Orlando, get on the boat, and like boat around for 5 days, and then I was looking at the prices to go to Italy. Not $1,500 hotel fare, the whole thing. You could probably wrap it up for under $5,000. I was like, what am I doing? Like, what is this
Right.
trip? Oh, I was so mad.
I would much
Just-
rather go
You're
to
just-
paying for those
flight-
mouse ears.
Just a flight from Detroit to Utah was like $800 for one person.
Oh my.
You could drive there in like a day.
Why are you going to Utah, Brad?
Why?
I was,
It's a good-
I was contemplating going to Vice's Remembrance tomorrow.
Oh,
Right on. Very
well,
good.
that's cool. See, you're trying to be a dick about it, Bruce, and then
I know. I tried.
you know,
In any case, okay, so this guy and his wife Jess. So we go, we eat the Mickey Mouse ice cream, we wear the mouse ears, we stay in the official hotels, we see the characters, we ride the rides, we take the pictures in front of Cinderella's castle, and we come home every trip. I'm honestly beyond sick of Disney, and I never really liked going in the first place. Jess knows this, but she has no concept of travel beyond Disney. Oh,
Yeah.
dear. We're currently planning a trip for April, and Jess, as usual, said that we can just go to Disney. I explained that it sounds fun, but hey, why don't we go somewhere like Hawaii this time? Jess
Probably
was
cheaper.
confused. she needs an atlas. You can show her where Hawaii is. She asked why we would go to Hawaii. I responded that we could enjoy the spas and go to the beach. They also have good sunsets and good food. Jess
Yeah.
mumbled a half-hearted answer and walked away. Oh no. A few days later, she approached me saying that she made hotel reservations for Hawaii. At first, I was excited because although she did so without consulting me, it seemed like she was really listening. But then when she showed me the hotel she booked, I found she'd made reservations for Alani, the Disney resort in Hawaii. Oh no.
Hey,
This
it's
sounds like compromise.
Yeah.
Frustrated, I told her that I'm honestly tired of Disney and that I just want to have a different experience this time. I have an Airbnb recommendation if you want one. She told me that she was compromising with me and I should be appreciative. I like how he puts it in quotes, compromising with me, and I should be appreciative for the time she spent. I asked her if she was willing to consider anything other than Disney for our trip, and she said no. At this point, I said I wasn't going. Now she's furious. She canceled the reservation she made, and now she's looking for a friend to go to Disney World with again without me. Was I the asshole here for not trying to accommodate her request?
Well, here's what I would say. This may be a hot take. But if your partner is so embroiled into a fantasy world that has been conjured by a guy that may or may not have been racist and anti-Semitic, he created this entire universe of mouses and fairies and all these different things. This
Multiple things can be true
Yeah.
simultaneously. Somebody
Look-
can make a great music album and also commit crime.
all those
Yeah.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
And look, I don't cast any aspersions at Disney. He is who he was. He lived in the time that he lived, and he created a wonderful thing for children. And there are some people that associate Disney because of the genius level marketing that they have been able to execute really since like the 1950s. I mean,
Sure.
There was not back in the 40s and the 30s when you think about like Steamboat Willie. That was not the biggest cartoons, man. They had like Popeye. There was like Betty Boop was the thing. If anything, Betty Boop would have been like the universe, and they had like Coco the clown and all that kind of stuff. Disney,
I'm
through
scared of clowns.
pure virtue of their marketing genius, created this world that has given children comfort for many years. But there is a threshold where you have to cross the line between childhood and adulthood. There's even a movie that speaks to this in Peter Pan, where you have to at some point let go of the grip that your childhood has on you in order to allow yourself to live a fulfilling adult life. You have to experience life beyond the castles of Fantasia, beyond the castles of Sleeping Beauty, or whatever castle of choice.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you're unwilling to compromise that with your partner, I'm not saying that it speaks to a mental illness. I'm not saying that it speaks to a personality flaw. I'm just saying it's very selfish to not want to explore outside the boundaries of your childhood constructs to make your partner happy. And he has every right to be upset with it because he just wants to have one vacation out of 10. Literally, the last 9 have been Disney. One vacation out of 10 where he's not having to look at frickin' Mickey Mouse or Pluto or Belle or Aurora or I don't know, all the Disney princesses, right?
Sure.
I don't think it's unreasonable to want to do that. And he thought that, we're going to get away. Oh, it turns out that Hawaii just happens to have a Disney motel with all the characters. Like, Jesus Christ, could we just not?
Right.
Could we like have adult time without having Tinkerbell like crawl up my ass? Not that she would do that, but you get like somewhere at the surveillance camera, like she's like the little drone, like recording the entire experience. It gets to be a bit cumbersome at some point.
Wearing spikes.
Bruce, that's fucking weird.
They were your spikes from last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know. What do you guys think? Jocelyn, what do you think about this? You were the closest.
This is a tough one.
I mean, the fact that like he doesn't even really vibe with Disney, but he's been going for the last 9 trips anyways, is already crazy enough for me. They could have done like 1 year off, 1 year on type of situation. But the fact that it's been Disney every single year, who else? I would have lost my mind too.
Did she say that she have
point. She's saying they're compromising, but he's way over here.
Yeah.
On the what have we done? We've done 100% Disney, not 0%.
Like
so
he's
they're not even in the middle. Like
he was just like, yeah, I'm not that big on Disney, but I've been going anyways.
I'm pretty sure on the last show or a couple shows ago, I said that, hey, if you're an adult and you don't have kids and you go to Disneyland on purpose, you're an asshole. I think I said that. And then Jocelyn took offense. And then it's like, they literally have no kids, but they've been vacationing at Disneyland this whole time. And look, Disneyland is a very different experience when you're going there as an adult and when you're going there with children. When you're going there with children, I feel like you're just trying to survive. It's crowded.
Yeah.
You have to have like a strategy. You got to have snacks for the kids. You have to make sure that they're fed because like if you go to any of the restaurants inside of Disneyland, never again. I went to like the Blue Bayou or whatever it is, the restaurant that inside
$20 instantly just walking in the door.
Yeah.
It was like a $80 steak dinner or like some kind of thing, and they give you like a 2-ounce steak. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, well, that's just well, sir, it is like prepared by a Michelin chef. It's fucking undercooked. And like it's like a ice cream scoop full of rice pilaf on top of like a piece of chicken. It's like, what is this shit? Never again. You could have had a better dining experience at the pretzel stand outside.
Yeah, I mean, you're not paying for the food; you're paying for the
You were
ambiance.
paying, yeah.
Which, if that's what you like, that's what you like. But clearly, this guy doesn't like that.
The parents are being held captive by their children. The children, Dad, I want to go on Peter Pan. I want to go on Snow White. I want to go on Dumbo. I want to go on the teacups. Oh, the teacups. Let me tell you about the teacups. My daughter, Raven, loved the teacups. And you can't go on that ride. The teacups without feeling guilty because there's an element of effort that's involved.
Because you got to spin the thing.
You have to spin the effing thing. You can't just sit there and relax.
Did you spin it?
I would spin the fuck out of it.
Would you say you were grinding the teacups?
No,
my.
but I was definitely torquing the teacups. Like,
oh yeah, now we're getting somewhere.
And because she wanted to get spun around to where she couldn't move, and that would require that I would spin it until I was ridiculously dizzy. And
G-force.
My wife made the mistake of like, the girls want to go on like this spinning ride, the teacups. It's like, no, don't make me get. If you make me get on the ride, then I'm gonna go on the ride. It's like, okay, and so I get on. It's like, all right.
Them.
It's like, dad is being this. Dad doesn't want to spin her. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys, and I spun the shit out of that thing. The third thing is like, Daddy, stop it! You're going too fast. It's like, hey, I told you. If we're gonna
get on this,
okay. Yeah. Oh, you all wanted this. You asked for it. I told you I didn't want to do it. But you feel guilt as a parent. You can't like put in maximum effort without feeling like a dipshit. And then there's the Matterhorn, and then there's like the car ride, Utopia. There's the Finding Nemo submarine ride. There's Space Mountain. You got to go on Space Mountain. Then you got to go on the stupid swirling spaceships right outside of that. Oh, then there's the Star Wars. I got the whole place.
I'm realizing that Disney has missed a marketing opportunity, co-branding with therapy for parents. Disney branded therapy that Omar can take advantage of and pay them some more money.
Yeah, no, I'm traumatized, man. I've definitely been scarred by that place. It is not a place to go to have fun. It is a place to keep your children alive while giving them the most exciting experience possible. All that said, that a parent doesn't have the best of times. Now, if you don't have kids, then fine, there's places you could go. But if I had my choice of going to drink like wine or alcohol or margaritas or whatever the F at like California Adventures, or just like going to like a really good steakhouse, where would I pick? Because I'm 44 years old. Let's go to the Master Steakhouse.
Just go bowling or something.
Let's go to Captain Jack's Steak and Lobster. Let's get some surf and turf, man.
Oh boy.
I will always contend that you do not get a better value for your dollar than Texas Roadhouse, and I've never had a bad steak from Texas Roadhouse.
Actually, smacks. Solid place.
I've been there a couple times. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It is solid. It's solid. But if you're looking for the steakhouse surf and turf experience, there's no better place than in Huntington Beach, Captain Jack's Steakhouse. They give you king crab legs the size of your wrist. It's so much food and it's so delicious. It's going to be like $200 a person, but it is worth it. If I'm going to spend money like that, I want that to be the experience, not this Disneyland bullshit. And so I feel what this guy is feeling. I feel it. Like, you go there for your kids. You don't go there for you. You don't go there for adult fun.
So is your answer no?
No, he's not the asshole. I think that the wife should compromise a little bit and kind of grow up.
I want to see what the update was.
Let's explore. All right. So here are the top comments. Comments are one. Oh, this is an interesting.
Oh, screw up.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here's the update.
Yeah.
All right. Am I
Oh my God.
God, Omar, God damn it.
Okay.
You want the comments or not?
Yeah. Well, no, I want the one message above top comments. Am I the asshole has no consensus spot, but original poster received majority not the assholes and few others.
So there was a vote. He's not the asshole according to most commenters. The top comments, how the fuck did this go on for 9 trips without you saying something?
That's what
Right?
Yeah, he's way on one side of this already.
I'd have gone mad after going a second time. Second time, but hey, after 3 times?
It's excessive.
Could we stop going to Disney, please?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Change it up a bit.
We don't even have kids. What are we doing?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, does she realize there's a whole non-Disney world out there and it's much less expensive with shorter lines? Yeah. Which leads us to like something we were talking about before, that I think that Disneyland serves as a nostalgic safeguard to adulthood that some people can't let go of. There's adults that really like going there for no
I wonder
reason.
what their house looks like. Like, is it full of Disney stuff? Because I've seen people who are in California who live near Disneyland, and they like their houses are just full of Disney stuff. Like everything, like the pot holders, whatever you name it, it's all Disney stuff.
What I see is a lot of backpacks, like Disney character backpacks for that.
But like, if you have a bunch of that stuff from like the 50s and the 60s, then it's like worth stuff. But if you're just buying the generic crap that they're putting out right now, it's not going to be worth anything.
That's what I'm talking about. The knickknacks.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that it's not the valuable stuff.
Fill up your house with jank.
Jank, exactly. That's the correct word for jank.
Junk. It's jank.
You should also consider being more truthful with your wife. I think he has. Say, hey, we're not doing Disney the 10th time around, okay?
How did it come up after 9 times?
I think that he's been more than patient with her.
What is he being dishonest about? Because he said she already knows how he doesn't want to go there. So
that's true. He did say that.
I don't really understand what he's told us that he hasn't told her.
Well, that's a good question. Commenter 4 says, at 39, it might be time to consider broadening her horizons and embracing more of what. All right, so I want to see comments that are supporting her.
Here's the update.
That's the update.
All right, let's read the
update.
1 week later,
I made a post about an argument with my wife, Jess. The too long do not read version of it is Jess loves going to Disney World, and we have gone there for literally every trip during our marriage, which is now an impressive 9 times. When I asked Jess if we could go somewhere like Hawaii, we already read this. Here's the update. I screwed up today. I know most people were giving me the NTA judgment, but Jess actually showed a great deal of openness to my idea. She took initiative by reserving the hotel because she wanted me to be happy. Good on her. When I said, nope, no Disney, she felt that I hadn't put any effort into taking her feelings and get the F out of here. I would be so,
That's gaslighting. And you didn't like my Disney idea because I chose not Disney World and chose Hawaii instead.
This is like exhibit A of why a lot of people are single. Is what I would say. Hey, Bruce, does this comment make you want to be single? I know you've got a thing going on, but does this make you want to be single and like reconsider?
Well, I mean, it just seems inaccurate because he's already demonstrated 9 times that he is willing to go to Disney.
Yeah, he's being steamrolled a little bit, right?
So it's basically saying like nothing from the past matters. We're only compromising starting from time t equals 0 as opposed to t minus 9, which I think is disingenuous.
He's even conceding here. He says, she was completely right. It was in a twisted way, my form of revenge for dragging me to Disney World at all those times. I would say, dude, stick to your guns.
It's not even a revenge. It's like trauma. He's been going for 9 times.
She is this way because you're letting her be this way.
It's like a reflex at this point.
It's not revenge. It's just, changing it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Alani? In the last post, some people comment about how Alani barely even looks like a Disney resort.
That's a Hawaiian Disney hotel or whatever.
This is something I should have researched myself before I threw the gauntlet down with Jess. When I looked into it, it looks like a run-of-the-mill Hawaiian resort. In my defense, going to Disney World 9 times out of maybe okay, enough for this guy.
Oh boy.
I'm a moron. Agreed. Jess and I have replanned our vacation, and we're super excited to be going now. I came to this realization because a lot of people pointed out some things I should have figured out myself.
Going where?
I don't know. I shouldn't have skipped what I skipped.
It's going to Alani. They're going.
So in the last post, some people commented about how, a day after I made the post, I approached Jess and apologized. I was wrong. Yes, she might be a Disney adult. But aside from always wanting to go to their theme park, she's never obnoxious about it. I said I was sorry, asked for permission to reserve the hotel again, and Jess responded that she'd love to go to Alani with me. Oh, I have a hot take, and you guys are not going to like it. When I told her that it's not really all that Disney, Jess said, of course, I knew that. I wanted to go because my sister said it was so beautiful. I'm about to make Stephanie be so happy right now.
Oh, dear.
I kind of think she's an asshole if she knew that, too.
She's not talking about you, Stephanie. She's talking about the person in this post.
Yeah, Jess.
I think that this guy is kind of sort of a cuck.
That's a large reach.
No.
You're saying he likes watching his wife bang other dudes?
Okay. No, I don't mean that in the literally sexual. I think that
he's a pushover and will roll over for his wife.
And I used cuck derogatorily to describe.
Be impeccable with our words.
Yeah. I am impeccable and artistic with my words, sir. I like to never mind. I'm just saying. I think that he's a pushover. I think that he's a really nice guy. And it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me if she had a non-Disney fan side piece.
What?
I know. It's a hot take.
That's a big hot take. I'm not gonna lie.
Where does that come from?
Not right now. But in a couple of years, if he keeps pulling this shit and not standing up for himself and letting himself get steamrolled by his wife, at some point she's going to get bored with that. And I've seen it happen enough.
Like, you think she'd get sick of dating a pushover, someone who always bends to her will?
Yes.
If she likes that.
Maybe she does. Right now, she likes it.
Haven't they been together 9 years?
Yeah, they've been together 13.
13 years, really?
Yeah.
I don't see
It's also completely possible that is not a thing.
I think it's
Maybe
based
I'm
on
wrong.
speculation.
Omar is saying that she likes having the very stable guy that will go to Disney with him, but then she's got Chad
Yeah.
over on the other
Brockington?
side. Yeah.
She's completely cool with it because she's got Chad.
Chad Brockington. Oh,
Chad
no.
Brockington.
That's why she's
And so
content.
she's
got best of
made
both worlds.
concessions with her life partner because she gets it elsewhere.
I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
even. No, I'm saying that is a big reach. That is
That is
because
a
there
huge
is a
reach.
whole world where they're just a happy couple, happy
Baseless
Disney couple.
speculation.
I'm just saying I live in a world where I divorce people for a living, and I've seen these kinds of couples in my office more than once, and it's always the case that the guy in this situation is the one that is getting cheated on, and I could just see it. Like in 5 years, something's going to happen.
Maybe if she was filing for divorce because he didn't want to go to Disney World.
I don't think it would be that. I think it would be like, you know what? He just doesn't make me happy anymore.
Oh,
He's just
boy.
so boring. And I felt like he's not catering to my interest anymore. And he's not paying attention to me. And I met this guy, Chad Brockington, and he just gets me. And we have so much fun. And, the whole thing.
I feel like you just have this philosophy, Omar, where nobody should ever get married ever.
No,
That's his
Here's
divorce
my
attorney
philosophy.
mindset talking.
no. This is what I've learned about marriage is this. When you have these one-sided relationships where one partner is constantly steamrolling the other, it is a recipe for a disaster. If you guys are not equal in compromise, then you're not going to be equal anywhere else. And so if she's constantly getting her way and you're constantly conceding and you're constantly letting your own feelings and thoughts and requests and desires go for the sake of her, she'll appreciate it, but she's going to get bored of it. And it doesn't just work with men to women. It works with women to men too. If you're just constantly conceding every single point and just being a complete total pushover, men will get bored of that. Maybe not in the same way that women will, but it just becomes a problem. There has to be some equality in the marriage. And where there's not, it might not be a problem now. It's just a recipe for disaster down the road. There's got to be some point in the relationship where they even up. And I just don't see where that is with what I've read. I don't know. Is that really that much of a hot take, or am I just, is there some truth in what I'm saying?
I think the world of dinks or dual income, no kids is very wild. And
What is it called? A dink?
Dink. It's a dink.
dink.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Mark, Stephanie's asking if you've ever been cheated on.
Omar projecting through his past experiences.
Yeah.
So he needs that Disney co-branded therapy
Yes.
I have once.
because of the teacups.
But I'm not using that as the basis to color. You got to understand that when people come into, I've been accused of this a lot of times. Every time something is going wrong in a relationship, I always think that there's some there is some basis for cheating, and it's not that. It's just that whenever we divorce people, we get a lot of people for divorce. And Jocelyn, you've been here for what, 4 months now? Every single basis for divorce. Could you name a singular case where infidelity wasn't at the source of it?
Couldn't. No.
All of them.
Oh, wow.
All of them. And there's always multiple different stupid reasons for why. They always want to tell us why they
they'll
did
tell
what
us
they
a
did.
different reason for divorce, but then it's always like that's something they'll bring up: the cheating. It's like,
Yeah. And there's a reason for that. And there's always the telltale signs. And one of them is like this lack of equality in a relationship, where it's one constantly conceding to the wishes of the other.
Mhm.
without her taking any regards what he might like. Why doesn't she plan like a non-Disney trip then?
Yeah. So the
That
point
would
is,
be
you see that red flag in this story.
I'm just pointing
That's
out
what
the
you're
red
pointing
flag.
it out.
I'm not
Pointing
saying
out
it's
this red
happening now.
flag.
I'm just saying it's a red flag.
Yeah.
At some point, he's going to have to grow a pair. That is all. That's all. I'm not saying she's cheating right now. I'm just saying that there's potential for problems down the road because we see it a lot, and that is all. The time that I was cheating on Stephanie, I was like in my 20s. It was like years ago. And that's a story that's been written over and done with. But it is not something that is prominent in my life that colors my analysis. What does color my analysis of these cases a lot is the cases that I have, which is why I do this show, because I see a lot of the red flags in these cases that I could pinpoint to varying cases in my law firm. And it makes a lot of sense. Sometimes we just are more informed, or we see these red flags on a greater scale than most people. And, you just think everyone's cheating. Yeah, because everybody usually is. It's like that TV show House. You just think everybody's a liar. Yeah, because people effing are. Everybody lies.
But isn't that like a proximity bias or something? They're coming into your office.
It's only, it's not proximity bias. What's the correct term for it, Bruce? Confirmation bias.
Something like
confirmation bias.
Yeah.
You could have a premise that you believe is true that's constantly confirmed over and over again, and you could even label it confirmation bias. But when it keeps on happening, there's a probability of outcomes at some point,
like confirmation bias would be if you came on the show and you only talked about half the cases you dealt with in your firm because it helped make the point you were trying to make, and you ignored the other half. It's like the sharpshooter fallacy or something.
Yeah, that's true. But in my case,
I think if you're legitimately doing a statistical analysis of, hey, I've been in practice for 10 years, and 90+% of the time there's cheating in these divorces, and only 10% of the time they're divorcing for some other reason. That's just statistics.
I got to tell you,
the trick is not to always conflate statistics with individual occurrences, because individual occurrences can be outliers.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to conform to statistics.
That's why
outliers in aggregate create the statistics.
That's why I addressed Stephanie's point the way that I did, because I've been practicing family law for 11 years now. And I can't even point to a case where people got divorced for reasons other than infidelity, maybe a handful of times.
Mm.
In hundreds of cases.
I haven't seen it.
I think we're talking more about survivorship bias, because if I don't need a divorce, I don't need to go to Omar's law practice.
Correct.
But if you're going to divorce, then there's a higher likelihood that there is something wrong.
Correct.
Well, I'll tell you what, that speaks to the whole other end of it. And, I divorce people, but reasons why people stay together is completely different. And they deal with these red flags in their own different ways. And there's definitely a world where people's like, you know what? Happy wife, happy life. She wants to go to Disneyland, we're going to Disneyland every time. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's why it's just a red flag. And when we say, maybe down the road she'll get a side piece, Chad Brockington, that's just baseless speculation. I mean, it's coming from sort of this body of work, but we just can't say.
There's another family law attorney that does this, or he tries to give family marriage advice based on his experience as a family law attorney. His name is James Sexton, and he comes up with these ridiculous pieces of advice that sound really good, but then you sit there and you think about it, it's like, what in the fuck did that guy just say? And it pisses me off every single time. It's like, what basis does this guy even have to say what he's saying? Like, you guys just came up, he's like, you guys think everyone's cheating. He's like, hey, I'm not saying that I have the magical formula. I'm just saying that there's red flags that I've identified that may be problematic in the future. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to be like James Sexton and rebrand my legal career as somehow I'm qualified to give marriage advice. That ain't it.
Yeah.
I think calling out the red flags is good. Extrapolating it to speculation is where it gets a little dangerous.
Yeah. If he was like my brother, I would say, bro, could you all what if you just plan a vacation to Spain? It has nothing to do with Disney, nothing to do with anything. Don't tell her where you're going, just go. And then just go. And then have a good time. And then she could see. I would just advise him that way. But there's got to be a world where his needs are considered above hers.
Yeah. The red flag to me is that she went and made this Hawaii reservation. Instead of it's 2025. You can just show someone, here's a link to a hotel. Should we reserve it? Like, this could be a good hotel.
Yeah.
She went and made the reservation without showing him the hotel first, even though that's trivially easy to do.
But not only did she do that, but she made the reservation knowing that he specifically didn't want to do the Disney thing.
Disney, yeah. Like bringing it up again.
She's, oh, well, look, it's a compromise.
Like
Disney hotel at Hawaii.
It's a compromise that I still got Disney something. Like, the only world where I could see that being useful is if you had like the Disney Visa card. But if you're going 9 times of your past trips, actually, and you have the Disney travel credit card or whatever, so you get 20%.
Are they using points or something? Yeah, like that would make sense.
Well, yeah, because I could see an all-inclusive, because Disney vacations are pretty nice in terms of like what you get out of them, like all you can eat, all-inclusive stuff, and like daycare for the kids and whatever. But sometimes you just don't want to be surrounded by cartoons the whole time, man.
You didn't like your 2-ounce steak, though.
What if he wants to go to like hedonism in Jamaica, where everybody's naked and there's no cartoons anywhere? Like, what if he's into that kind of thing?
Rum and nude beaches.
I've never personally been to hedonism, but I saw, I was like, what is this place, hedonism? And I like read the brochures, like, oh, it's like this nudist resort. It's like, oh, yeah, I don't think I want to go there. But some people might. Some people might dig it.
Yeah, he just got to bring it up. He's got to state what he wants.
Yeah, to like expand your horizons somewhere beyond Disney. It seems to be, everybody wants to call him not the asshole. But when I say that maybe he should stand up for himself more, otherwise there's going to be problems down the road. It's like, oh, you think everyone's cheating?
He's not the asshole, but he's a pushover, and he should fix that.
Like, he could have suggested a Hawaii hotel, and
I'll tell you what, you could poll the audience of women that are watching this show right now and ask them if they are attracted to a pushover versus somebody that is not a pushover, and get the general percentages. Now, I mean, it's going to be a small sample size. I'm just saying most women don't like the pushover. And if they're with the pushover, it's a concession because of other things that they may want that they get from other places.
Yeah.
But sometimes that doesn't even get identified until after the marriage has been consummated. Anyway, I'm going to move on. You know what? Put up that poll, Dominic. Put up a pushover poll. How do women like their men? Bossy and assertive. Pushover and without balls.
Oh boy.
Or some steady in between.
Someone who shows initiative.
You know what? Don't do the in between, because everyone's going to pick the in between. Just pick the one or the other.
Put Moose in the list too.
Would you prefer the assertive over the pushover? That's really the question, right? Yes or no? Crow says no, and then she gives a thumbs up. I don't know where she's talking.
We need more options.
See, but here's the thing. Science has proven that women are more attracted to assertive guys when they are close to ovulation.
Bruce is going to ask you for your sites and references.
Sources?
Ovulation
references.
You can't just make claims that have been unsubstantiated, Brad.
Are we having the twins?
That would make you a dishonest interlocutor.
Oh boy. I trust Brad. It's fine.
I'm kidding. All right, I'm going to move on from this one. Dominic will put up a poll. All right. I just felt the need to explain why do you think everyone's cheating? It's not that I think that they are. It's just that I see things. All right. This next one is, oh shit, did I go out of order again? I think I did. I'm looking for, having second thoughts. The second thoughts one, that was a fun one. Jocelyn, we're going to need to get your input on this one.
Okay.
All right. Am I the asshole for having second thoughts about marrying my fiance after a drunk comment? Oh, this will be good. This one's going to be good.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm not sure why I'm even here. I guess I'm still trying to process what my 27-year-old male fiance drunkenly admitted to me as a 30-year-old female last night.
Oh, truth or dare.
Ooh.
Shit. You ever played that with your partner? That's a dangerous game.
That's scary.
For context, my fiance, who I'll refer to as Alex, and I have been together for just under 2 years and got engaged in December. Everything has been a blast since the day we met, and we keep surprising each other with just how awesome of a couple we can be. Oh, that's sweet. Last night, we had a special date night for New Year's, planned where we dressed up like bowlers from the 70s and bowled our asses off for a few frames until we finally decided on a winner.
You can't bowl 5 frames. You got to bowl for a whole 10 frames at least.
Exactly what I was going to say. I thought, a few frames. Is that like games? Like a few frames? What is that shit?
Yeah, isn't a frame just like throwing until you run out of
You get 10 turns a game.
Two or
three.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
But then she goes on to say they played 5 games. So during the 5 games, I don't think she knows what a frame is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
During the 5 games, we ended up drinking 2 of those beer towers.
Good God.
Oh no.
I've never had a beer tower. How big are they?
That's like 3 pitchers of beer per
Is that like
tower.
the beer boot?
Substantial amount.
Well, she says 7 beers each altogether. Now, what kind of beers? I mean, is this like
Let's just, if it was
4%
Corona,
beer, 7% beer?
is there any scenario where you wouldn't be plastered if there was a little bit of alcohol in there?
7 beers.
I mean,
that's
if
a
it
lot.
was Coors Light, then maybe, but
I mean, Brad wets Coors Light out of his balls.
The low percent alcohol beers. Some of my friends can knock 7 of those back, and you don't even notice.
Like an O'Doul's or something. Or
Yeah. Well,
that's non-alcoholic. It's like a Corona.
yeah.
I don't drink
Corona. Yeah, I've got a friend who can drink a 12-pack of Coronas, and you
Yeah,
don't even
Corona-
notice he's tipsy.
But those are bullshit. Those are like basically wine coolers. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. So it depends on what these beers are.
so
Mhm.
you can buy a beer tower on Amazon for $75, and it says it's 3 liters of beer each.
That's a lot, man. How many liters in a gallon?
Close
Oh,
to 4,
boy.
I thought.
4 gallons, isn't it? I don't know. I'm not familiar with the metric system like that.
3 liters is 3/4 or 3/4 a gallon.
We
So
need
about
Google to
4
convert freedom units to moose units or whatever up in Canada.
All right, so they had like 3 towers of beer.
She says 7 beers each altogether.
Okay, he's not a big drinker. He was a little more than tipsy when we decided to call it a night and head home.
7 beers. That is a lot of alcohol, though.
That
But I
does
feel like I
sound
could
wrong.
slam
Unless it's
7
Coronas.
beers and be like unnoticeably buzzed.
Yeah.
He stated he's not a big drinker.
I'd
though.
be buzzed. I wouldn't be,
Oh, that's
hammered.
true.
you know,
Yeah, it's stated he's not a big drinker. So in this instance, he's gone.
There
maybe.
is a denominator.
Yeah. So we live really close by. We walked to and from the bowling alley since we figured we were going to be drinking. On that 15-minute walk home, he was doing the usual mushy, I love you. Ew. I don't know if he sounded like that. And other cute little things he tells me while giggling.
Oh,
boy. I could see Brad doing this with
Omar,
his
do you giggle?
No, I don't.
You giggle when you sweet
He's
talk your
giggling right
lady?
now.
I guess that would be my giggle, but I do not giggle and say cute little things, cute little stupid whatevers. I don't know.
What's wrong with giggling?
What do you do, Brad?
I don't know what I do because I don't let myself get that plastered. So
To giggle?
He does that shit sober.
very possibly.
Brad is sober and taking care of business.
Hell yeah, he's
But I
getting.
mean, my usual thing is, you've seen me have those monsters. I'll drink one of
Mhm.
those, and I'll feel sufficiently buzzed after that. But
Off a monster? Off
No.
caffeine?
Like a Red
No.
Bull?
no, not Red Bull. They have the alcoholic monsters, which come in like the giant.
Alcoholic monster?
Oh, like vodka Red Bull.
Just a crime.
What?
That is ridiculous.
No, it's they call it the Beast Unleashed, and it tastes exactly like the Monster Absolute Zeros, but it's
Oh,
alcoholic
wow.
and it's absolutely delicious. I love it.
We need to change Brad's StreamYard name tag to the Beast Unleashed.
Yes, we do.
I can do that. That's easy.
Check out the big balls on Brad. Oh, monsters. Whatever the-
That's crazy.
All right, so things took a big of
As
a.
long as you're not in court, Brad, it's okay.
All right.
As long as you're not on Zoom court.
Zoom court. Oh, please don't do that. Oh, just pretend like you're dressed in a suit at least, at the very least. Things took a bit of a turn when we started talking about how much he enjoys our sex. He's always told me that we have amazing sex and that he can't get enough. But in his drunken state, he told me something different. You're the 3rd best that I've ever had.
So
Oh
Now
shit.
this guy has an Excel spreadsheet.
How does he know that off of like his drunken state? He thought about this several times
Oh.
for him to know third best.
Oh boy. We have Redondo Beach says, "Can I get an oh boy from Bruce for a good measure? For $2? Yes, you can."
Quote, "You're the third best that I've ever had," unquote.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Man, Jocelyn, what if your boyfriend told you that? I just want you to know you're pretty cool. You're like the third best I've ever had.
Why would he
Oh
even
no.
like I'm just walking away forever? That's ridiculous. For him to feel compelled to say that.
Oh,
All right, the results are in for the poll.
what's the results of the poll, Dominic?
21 81% assertive, 19% pushover.
All right. So in my non-scientific poll, it's
How many
been
voted moose?
nobody voted moose.
No moose option.
But you got to have a set of balls if you're going to be in a relationship. I think is the conclusion we should take from that. At least stand up for yourself, just a little bit, man. Just a little bit. You don't have to be a dick about it. Just be assertive, just a little bit. But let's get on to this one. Jocelyn, you're the third best. You were
That's
number
pretty
3.
assertive of this guy, wouldn't you say?
Asserting his way out the door. That's what he's doing.
The movie Bridesmaids, like, oh, you're like number 4 in my roster. I just want you to know. I've moved you up to 4.
Why would you say that?
Are you going to let yourself out or what?
Oh,
You're pretty
no.
good, but Tiffany, man, she was so good.
Oh, Tiffany.
I can tell you this on good authority. On good authority. That's something that you say like when you're in your 20s. When you get to be like in your 30s and your 40s, it's like, man.
How old are these people?
They're in their 30s.
Top, right?
Late 20s, early 30s, like 30 and
Yeah,
20.
he's 27. He's 27.
27 and 30.
Yeah.
But they're engaged, right? Is that the thing?
Bruce, Brad, correct me if I'm out of bounds here.
You're out of bounds.
All right. I just feel like there's no more ranking of that stupid shit when you get older, man. It's like sex is sex. Like, like, oh, it was so incredible. Oh, really? Like when you first start dating, someone's like, oh, I'm going to rock your world. It's like, you're really going to you're going to rock my world. Really? Tell me all the things you're going to do. You're just talking shit. And it's just like the same thing, like as every other thing. Like at some point, sex becomes monotonous and you just would prefer to do it with somebody that you really like.
The thing is if you're still playing the field, as you say, then yeah, you're going to be ranking everyone. But after a certain point, after you found your long-term partner, the thing becomes that you don't want sex to become monotonous, and you're always wanting to do things to try and keep it engaging.
Yeah, but with somebody that you like and like you could forgive if they're not like 10 out of 10 in like this specific position or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you're not saying, oh, but you're like the third best I've ever had, just physically speaking. Like stupid shit like that. Like those lists that you make in your head, like when you're a teenager and you're in your 20s, I feel like they disappear as you get older. Like they're just stupid. Like I feel like at some point as you get old enough, it's just like you'd rather just be with somebody that you want to be with and you forgive whatever shortcomings they have because sex is more enjoyable with somebody that you like as opposed to somebody that you think is going to rock your world. What does that even mean? And so, I don't know. What do you think, Bruce?
I kind of agree. I feel like maybe there's something more specific here in terms of like, maybe there's something this guy really wants to do.
Maybe.
And they haven't done it, or she doesn't like to do that. And
Well,
that's
let's see.
why he's putting it in this vague category.
The
You know what I
third.
mean?
That's kind of harsh, though, man.
It's a really weird way to
Why
bring
would you
that
even
up.
say that as a drunk person? That's like,
Because he's drunk and maybe he's Chad Brockington or something. I don't know.
that's just really mean to say.
But the interesting thing is he's excitedly saying how good the sex is, but she doesn't rank to the top. That's the weird thing.
Weird.
I
Maybe
feel like
maybe
that's,
he's looking at it like the Olympics. Like the top 5 in the Olympics are better than
Mhm.
everybody else in the world.
Baby, you're
So
great.
You still
You
don't
just
have
got
to
yourself the bronze medal.
You got the shameful bronze medal. I mean, like for her that's bad, but like in the global sense, she's like an Olympian.
No, man, bronze medal is bullshit. You throw that shit away. You don't
Oh boy.
bronze medal on your wall. What is
Again,
that for?
That's just not something you say, though.
Well, he's being a dick about it.
I think that's the bigger point is that you get drunk and you say stupid things you didn't mean to say.
Well, let's see what he says. Let's see how this unfolds.
Some people do that.
He says, I stopped walking for a second. I just stared at him in disbelief. Alex just looks at me, giggles again, and kisses me. Then, thinking he was just saying that on purpose to agitate me a bit like he does, but not really mean it, I laugh it off. That's not something you play about, though, you know? And we keep walking. And once we get home and sit on our front porch, he brings it back up. I really do mean it, though, babe. You're amazing, but I've had better before you.
Now that crosses the line.
Round two. He comes back for round two. So it's like somebody
Jeez.
on the way between, the bowling alley and his house, he found a shovel to just dig himself a deeper hole on there.
She's gonna pick up a brick and clock him upside the head with it.
There's no defense to what he's doing right now. I can't help this young man. You know?
No.
Hey,
Here we go. Here's your break.
I was as confused as I was mad, embarrassed, offended, all at the same time. I asked him what in the hell he was saying to me and if he was being serious. He started crying and told me that he had a one-night stand before he met me with a woman that was like a sex goddess.
God,
He also mentioned a past fling with a guy,
what?
teenagers, and experimenting with drugs.
Oh, we just took a left turn, right turn,
What?
U-turn.
We just did a roundabout. What the
we-
hell?
We just found a roundabout under
Right.
construction.
Both of these confessions took me completely off guard because he never in our time together mentioned anything about being vicarious or anything like that, let alone promiscuous sex. I think that she could be let off the hook because I think that this guy just wants to bang guys. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
he's-
that's the thing she's not doing that he really wants, which I mentioned earlier.
He
Now
likes
she's excited.
I had
She's
the
like,
foresight.
that's
now
the
I can get him and Chad.
problem not doing.
he wants the butt plug with ridges.
Yeah. Spikes.
He wants to get pegged. Maybe they got to get a Jesus, but that's one hell of a way to come out of the closet like that, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
All right.
He's making furries look good.
A furry. My commitment to Alex is starting to change now, though, and I haven't been able to look at him all day and avoiding him. I'm having second thoughts about following through with a marriage if he'll always think of me as a third place prize. Oh, young lady, even if I did think there was something about Alex that wasn't as good as a past relationship, I wouldn't openly tell him that I thought he wasn't as hot, handsome, has a small dick. Oh, she's putting my blast.
Damn.
That just seems kind of mean, and he feels a little malicious or petty. Yeah, I think that there's a bit of self-sabotage to the relationship happening.
Yeah. I think this guy's lying to himself about something.
I mean, look, man, there's a million different reasons why you choose the partner that you do. And like 99% of them have nothing to do with your partner's looks or their performance abilities, more or less. But if it's like geared towards that, what happens when y'all get old? Like what happens when you get less attractive, when you age, when, you're supposed to pick somebody that you're going to navigate life together. And the fact that he's like just coming at her like that is an act of self-destruction that I think he's doing on purpose. Maybe because he doesn't want to go through it with a marriage when he knows he prefers men.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm out of bounds in saying that
Nope.
in this instance. Because that whole thing about, one of the two that were better than you was a guy. There was a intent behind that statement. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think he looks like he still needs to explore something about himself. And in this way, he's trying to sabotage his relationship to do so.
Amber Huff says, what are they in high school? That's a rhetorical question. I know the answer to it, but really, yeah. It's, well, I don't think she has done anything wrong here.
No.
This guy just came out of left field and says, hey, just so you know, you're great and all, but you're like number 3. Number 2 was this lady that was like a sex goddess, and number 1 was Chad Brockington.
Yeah, you've got sex god
Chad.
and a guy. And then her?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
The ratings
wild.
are crazy here. The way it's ranked.
Well, I think that we're all in accord in saying that he is not the asshole. Oh, look, there's follow-up here.
She is
She-
reconsidering the engagement, which I think is reasonable.
Oh, I think she should. I think he should too. I think he should
Well,
just.
that's her question. Am I the asshole for reconsidering the engagement?
Oh man, do
I'll
not
call it off, actually.
Hey, I think you need to give this a few more years because, that statement is not it. That's not something you would seriously say to somebody drunk or sober.
Is there an update?
There is that you had designs on a successful marriage with. So, she says that there's no consensus.
No,
it says
there's no
OP
consensus.
was not the asshole.
Original poster was not the asshole.
Okay. Top comments. NTA saying it once was a slip, twice was deliberate. I agree.
Mhm.
No, we didn't like that.
Yeah, you're not the asshole for having second thoughts. What he said was hurtful and unnecessary, even if he was drunk. It's okay to take time to process this and decide if you can move past it together. Commenter 3 says, sounds more like he wanted to unleash the truth. Yeah, but didn't want the repercussions of doing it while sober. Yeah, in other
Yeah.
words, it's like,
He needed
hey,
that courage, that liquid courage,
or he wanted the excuse like, oh, did I really say that? I was drunk off my ass. None of that
Gotcha.
was true.
just in case.
He wanted that.
I'm never going to be able to dress up as a 1970s bowler now.
He's gonna hang himself with that rope.
How would you dress if you were told to come to a costume party as a 1970s bowler?
Hmm.
If it was a 70 themes party at a bowling alley, I would expect the ability to do that. But it is what it is.
I would want one of those big button-down flower shirts and then some bell-bottom jeans.
Well, you got to grow
Oh,
out the
that'd
hair
be
too. You got to grow out
cool.
the bell haircut.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah,
you could
cut your hair
maybe
like-
get, like, what about if I had like the round sunglasses that were like blue and red?
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good point.
and I
Go
don't think you
straight
need
up.
hair.
Go straight
You
up.
need or a
actually-
headband. You need some accessory.
Get them-
Headband only works with long hair, though. I think.
I mean, like a John McEnroe headband or something.
Oh well, yeah, but even he had long hair. He had like the mullet going on, didn't he? For like a period, like for like a spell in 1977, or
don't know.
Boris Becker, maybe.
Maybe.
Since we're talking about tennis players,
You're not going to grow a mullet just for a costume party next week.
then wear a fucking
get a
wig.
wig. Yeah.
Just get like
No.
A cheap wig.
I happen to have a Santa Claus wig. I will wear it proudly with a headband.
Santa Claus wig.
I will be the head coach in Bad News Bears. What's that guy
boy.
from Grumpy Old Men? Walter Matthau.
Walter Matthau.
All right, let's move on to this next one.
I gotta hop off. I gotta go.
Oh, all right, Jocelyn. Well,
Bye,
you have a good weekend.
everyone.
Be safe driving
Okay.
out.
See ya.
Don't get yourself into too much trouble.
Don't go bowling.
All right. It's just going to be a big sausage fest over here for the rest of the show. Let me get that thing off of the screen.
Just call me Brock Chaddington.
What was the update there? We didn't catch the update.
Oh, the update was she's not the asshole.
No, that wasn't the update.
You have to scroll down
That
further.
was the comments for the.
Oh.
Go back.
I've already deleted the tab.
It's
we'll
cool.
let you know.
You're never gonna know. Oh my gosh, it's fine.
Okay. Let's we got a couple more. This person wants to know, am I the asshole for expecting my husband to put some effort to save our marriage? I feel like she's gonna be the asshole. I feel like there's a lot of things going on. I feel like this is gonna be multi-layered. I feel like we're gonna need some time to dissect this very small entry. Let's see.
That is
Yeah.
pretty small.
So she's 39, been married to my husband who's 40 for 9 years. We've been together for 12. We have a 7-year-old daughter. After she was born, I decided to be a stay-at-home mom. And when she started kindergarten, I joined the gym and began eating healthy. I've lost a lot of weight, and honestly, I'm in the best shape of my life. At 39, good for you. I get compliments all the time about how amazing I look, including from my husband. I tried to get him to join me, but he works long hours and wasn't interested. I also encouraged him to eat healthier, but he still snacks at work. He's not obese or anything, but he definitely has a dad bod. Over time, I found myself less and less attracted to him. He's still the same guy I married, but physically he's different now. I know this makes me sound shallow, but I just don't feel attracted to him anymore. Last week, I told him the truth, and said I wanted to separate. He just went quiet and then said, if that's how you feel, I can't force you to like me. I'll contact the lawyer and start the process. I was shocked that he didn't even try to fight for our marriage or make any effort to work on himself to make me happy. Since then, he's been distant, barely talking to me, and only interacting with their daughter. I even checked his phone. I know not my proudest moment, but I didn't find anything. Honestly, I was kind of hoping he'd decide to change his lifestyle for me. On one hand, I'm excited for a new chapter in my life, but on the other, I'm hurt that he's not putting in any effort to save our marriage.
But she didn't ask for that. Go back up. She said, last week I told him the truth and said I wanted to separate. Is he supposed to not believe her? Oh, no, I don't believe you. You don't want to separate. You just want me to get healthier. Like,
She
is he
did that
supposed to
thing.
be a psychic friends network mind reader?
Yeah.
She said, I want to separate. He said, I'll go get a lawyer. That is called male problem solving.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much. Well, God damn it. I guess I'll have to get a lawyer then. She's doing that thing where it's like she's saying one thing, but like expecting him to do something else. And
No,
Yes.
I don't want you to approach me or anything. Why would you think that?
Yeah.
she
Like,
wanted him to say,
it's
no,
like
I will go to the
reverse
gym for you. I will get myself in shape. I will do this. I will do that. I'll fix things. Please don't leave. That's what she wanted. She wanted to be courted by her husband in a desperate kind of a way. And he's just like, you know what? Fuck it.
But that's not what she asked for. And
She
only
did.
the crow is psychic. So the rest
The
of us
crow?
are not. I don't know what the crow in chat
What
is
did the
psychic.
crow say? Careful, Bruce. Oh, shit.
The rest of us were not, but the crow is.
Oh. Stephanie B says, that sounds like a test. Testing. Yeah, don't test men like that because
There
we'll
you
just,
go.
well, fuck it. Hey, you want a separation? Then we'll separate. That's what happened in my first marriage. I just feel like I want to be separate to find myself. It's like, okay, but if we're going to be separate, we're going to be separate.
Yeah. If you
And
ask
then-
me to wear the Wovlove costume, I might actually wear the Wovlove costume.
There you go.
Yeah, the one thing about guys is, and I'm making a very large generalization here, is that if you've been thinking about this idea of separating for so long and not communicated it to us and said, hey, there's a problem. And guys have natural problem-solving instincts. Like if you say, hey, there's a problem, guys are like, okay, what can we do to get it fixed? And if you're not bringing that up and you just say, hey, I want to separate, then you've already made the decision. And the likelihood of us being able to change something to be able to convince you otherwise of not wanting to separate is really low. And there's no real way that we're going to be able to say, well, because a lot of the movies and whatnot, you know, a woman or a guy says, hey, I want a divorce. The woman's go, no, please, what can we do to save it? I'll do anything. What do we do to try and save this?
Yeah.
Guys don't act like that.
Yeah.
And it's really weird that she's expecting him to do that.
This feels like a stereotypical account of like, I don't know, the classic, I'm not happy. I want a divorce. I just don't feel like you're making me happy enough. In the meantime, she's described this guy together for 9 years. They've been together for 12 years. They got a 7-year-old daughter. He's just a red-blooded American guy or international guy. I don't know what he is. But he goes to work. He pays the bills. He's faithful to his wife. He's raising his child. He's doing all the things that are required of a husband to do to maintain a family. And she has grown unhappy because of his level of health. And therefore, F all the other stuff. It's like, I just want to be happy. I feel like I want somebody that's more in shape than you. Okay. But that's not what a marriage is about. A marriage is about like cultivating this legacy, building this castle. And he's working full time. He doesn't have time to be, you're a stay-at-home mom and your daughter is 7. That means when your daughter's at school, you go to the gym, you have this healthy lifestyle that you have the ability to do. He can't do that shit. He works 40 to 50 hour weeks.
It's very difficult.
When he gets home, he's exhausted. He hears shit all day from his bosses, from his employees, from his coworkers, from whatever. He's solving the problems with his job. He's trying to manage the budget because he's the sole person responsible for paying the bills and managing the finances. And he's come home as he's constantly problem solving. I'm willing to bet that guy's probably not that happy either, because he's been recognizing for a long time now that your getting increasingly more frustrated with him because of his physical appearance.
And if
Maybe
he's
a million other things.
if he's doing long hours and he's snacking all the time, then there's either going to be there's a stressor that's causing him to eat, which is why he's got dad bod. If it's one thing I've learned from taking this thing is how much we eat and the portion sizes that we're given in food. Like if you, we found we've been in this house for 2 years and we've had the problem of finding good Chinese food, and we just found it. And they get the standard to-go container, and now I can only eat about a third of it when I could eat the entire thing before I started this weight loss medication. And it helps me realize how much we actually eat. And that's probably something that's going on with this guy.
Yeah.
You ever tried the carnivore diet?
I have not tried carnivore. I've heard anecdotes of people who are really good on it, but
I've been doing intermittent fasting for years, which is, it's the one where you only eat once a day. Like no snacking throughout the day. You eat one time a day. I've been doing that for like 20 years. It seems to be pretty good. It works. But you're probably right. The stressors and everything is snacking at work, whatever. He's trying to play the role of a good husband. And then she criticizes him, dad bod and all this kind of stuff. What does she actually say to him? She says, I want to get separated. I'm trying to read into what she said. What did she say, Bruce? What did I miss?
My spider, well, what is it? Moose. My moose sense says that there's something she's not telling us.
No,
like it's not just
Ted Brockrington from the gym,
like
trainer or whatever.
This one thing is not tilting the teeter-totter. There's probably some other things tilting the teeter-totter that we don't know about.
She's grasping on to the one thing that she could attack to justify her decision to leave.
Yeah, maybe it's the biggest thing on the teeter-totter, but I don't think it's the only thing there. And that's what I'm curious about.
Less and less attracted. He's still the same guy I married, but physically he's different. No shit. I guarantee you're different too. Just because you're like in shape at how old is she? She's in shape at 39. It's not the same as in shape at 25. It'll never be.
That's true.
And so she looks different, but he married her for better or worse. For as she ages, he's going to continue to be on that journey with her, and his body's. And guess what? It's going to continue to change as you get into your 40s, as you get into your 50s and 60s. Our bodies inevitably lose things, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And so, but this extreme, she says, I realize this makes me shallow. I just don't feel attracted to him anymore. So this is a very selfish decision, one aspect of the marriage where she's not fulfilled. So then she talks to him, and she's hoping in this moment of revelation that he's going to say, okay, I'll do this, this, and that. But instead, what she says is, I want a separation. He's like, okay, I'll get the attorney, as opposed to, hey, you should come to the gym with me. I'll tell you what, we could do it after work. I'll cook for you since I'm here. We could a meal plan together, and then we could go to the gym together for like an hour a day, and we'll do this or cardio. We go on walks together, go on this journey. We'll get you back into shape. She didn't say all of that. She led with, I want a separation. So what does she expect him to do with that information?
Well, in the earlier paragraph, she said she did try to get him to go to the gym. But like, if you're working a full-time job, you're not going to be like,
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I want to go to a third-party gym.
Nothing better than trying to go to the gym at 5 o'clock when everyone else just got out of work.
Yeah, you either got to go like early in the morning or like late at night. I used to go like past midnight.
Hour before closing.
Where I worked, we had gyms in the buildings, like little fitness centers that you could go to with your employee badge.
Right.
And people would tell me that finding time even to go there was hard, and that you don't even have to drive anywhere else.
Yeah, walk in there and do the thing, man. That's just laziness. You just get your ass in there and spend an hour and do what you got to do. You got to be ready.
They had work, they had family things they had to do. They just didn't have the time to go in there to walk in. Like, it's hard.
There's always a million reasons not to work out, but if that is your goal, you get it done, man. You get it done. It is something that you have to do. It's not optional. You take away that time and you build it for yourself, and it serves your life in various other ways. So she apparently tried to get him to do these things. She got fed up with it. Now she's getting a separation. She's mad that he's not fighting for her. Am I the asshole for expecting him to work on himself for me? Yeah, kind of.
Well, it's not even just the expecting him to work on himself. It's there's the fundamental lack of communication between them, and then expecting him to react a certain way when you tell him, "Oh, I want a divorce."
Well, she's literally breaking her vows because she's not happy with his attractiveness level. When the vow was for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, and all those other things that people say, not really meaning what they're saying, like the Marvin Gaye song goes.
They're just fancy magic words there, Omar.
I know. Well, some people pay more attention to words than others.
I mean, we don't even really know how bad this guy is. She's just like, oh, he's kind of got a dad bod. Like,
we don't got it.
That could be anything almost.
Dad bod could be like a million. I don't know even know what dad bod means.
Yeah,
I really don't.
It's just beer gut is what
he could maybe not even be looking that unhealthy or anything. We don't know. I mean,
yeah, but sometimes, when you have these unreasonable expectations for your part, when they arise. When Chad Brockington is the personal trainer and is,
or when there's some other issue. Yeah, I really feel like there's something else going on here.
Well,
I don't know.
We don't know what it could be from his end because we don't have a lot of information. From her end, it appears to be strictly related to attractiveness. And 9 times out of 10, that means that she's courting or being courted by or already
has an option.
Somebody else. And she wants to have permission to do that. And so she's rationalizing why she's going to break her vows. And she's feeling uncertain about it, which is why she's on Reddit looking for help.
Yeah, so
there's not really a follow-up to this one.
I would say she is the
comment.
There is no top comments, but there is a comment.
Well, if you sort by top instead of best.
Well, this is best. Best could be good. I don't know.
All right.
Top better than best.
Well, the top comment would be the same as the best one.
Oh, good. Okay.
YTA.
You're the asshole.
Yeah.
You're the asshole. Why would he fight for your marriage? You've already told him how you feel. You're a shallow person. He may have decided that he's not attracted to you anymore because he's realized how shallow you are. He's probably thinking 9 years down the drain, wasting on a shallow, pathetic human being.
Wow. Harsh.
Yeah. Or it's like that meme. It's like, I go to work, I bust my ass 60 hours a week, I provide everything financially, raise my daughter, I don't cheat, I do all these things, all to be told by somebody's daughter about what a piece of shit I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be willing to fight for that. Of course, he's down. All right, fuck it. You're right. This ain't working out. I tried. I could see him doing that. Okay, so that's that one. We'll get to this one more. We're actually doing pretty good on time. An hour 22 in.
Unfortunately, I got to go because it's 5:00.
Damn it, bro. Oh, he's got to pick up his boy.
Yeah, got to pick up the guy. So
yeah. All right, Bruce. It's just you and me then. We're gonna talk about Brad when he loads up.
Bye.
We love you, Brad. Take care, man. All right, let's go on with this last. Hey, Dominic, you could join in on this one. Swing the mic over your way, sir. I already have it on. I'm just going to point it towards you.
It's like, danger senses.
Oh, you're fine. All right. So this person let me share my screen. This person wants to know if they are the asshole for not being okay with my wife hanging out with the friend that helped conceal her affair. I feel like I need some female energy for this case. Because, it's fine. If there's anybody in the chat that wants to chime in that is a female on this hypothetical, call the voicemail line and we'll get you on the show. And if you're too bashful, that's cool too. Anyway, so after 15 years of marriage, I discovered my wife had an affair about 18 months ago. In the aftermath of D-Day, my wife was still not being honest with me and gaslit me quite a bit for the first 3 months, to the point where I thought I was losing my mind.
Oh.
During that time, I found out that she had shared knowledge of the affair and details she was lying to me about with one of her coworkers. We can call her Sam. Sam had become a close friend over the years, double dates, neighborhood parties, etc. So I reached out to her directly to see if she could corroborate some of these details.
A good Samaritan.
I feel like she's gonna like she didn't ask for this shit, man. Like she's like, but she's not a snitch. It's not like she's condoning it. She's like she's being forced to be in this position by virtue of these disclosures.
Mm-hmm.
And now husband is wanting to like corroborate things. That sucks. I feel for Sam. She was able to confirm much of what I heard, but reinforced some of the lies my wife was still telling me. I later found out that she knew my wife was still hiding some of the worst details and deliberately covered for her when I reached out.
Uh-oh.
This went on for weeks as I continued to lean on Sam for support because I was too embarrassed to share with my friends. And not only had Sam been a good friend to this point, but she already knew what was going on. She too had an affair on her long-term partner for a year and used my wife as a cover, so she was returning the favor, I guess. Although her partner is still unaware that she had an affair, not sure if that's relevant, but it bothers me knowing he's still in the dark. After 3 months, my wife finally came clean about all the horrid details while we were on a marriage retreat, and that's when I realized how badly both of them had been gaslighting me. After 8 months of individual and couples therapy, my wife and I are on the path to reconciliation. Good for him.
Oh my.
It has been an extremely difficult and painful process, but we have made progress. However, I still have a hard time when my wife wants to go out with her close group of coworkers, knowing that Sam will be there. While she hasn't made one-on-one plans with Sam since I found out the truth, she has made group plans with 5 to 7 coworkers, and when Sam has been one of them, it bothers me. I don't want to be the type. That type of person that controls their partner or alienates them from their friends. And I know there's going to be communication between them because they are coworkers. But I still feel hurt when my wife makes time for these group get-togethers, knowing that she still will be making time for Sam while she's there. Is Sam a guy?
No.
It's like Samantha, right?
Yeah.
I think
All right.
so.
I'm just trying to read the tea leaves about why specifically. It's just really just because of those things. My wife says that her work relationships are important to her, and I can't help but feel like they take priority over my feelings because my wife knows how this makes me feel. I've loved my wife, our family, and the life we've built, so I'm trying to work through my hurt, but I don't feel I owe the same courtesy to Sam. I don't know how to forgive Sam for the part she played, and I don't know if I want to. Am I the asshole? All right, there's an edit. Right off the bat, I'm just going to say this. He's forgiven his wife. They have this agreement where she's allowed to basically continue with the same arrangements that she used to make in the past. Why is he taking it out on Sam is my question. I feel like Sam didn't do shit. She got caught up in this stuff. She works with his wife. She's not a snitch. And she was honest with him when questioned about it. So what's the beef? What am I missing here?
Yeah, I mean, my fundamental problem is if he is this obsessed with the Sam relationship, why is he not this obsessed or troubled by his own relationship?
With his wife, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, she's going out with coworkers. He's forgiving her. And so I guess that sort of means, and it feels like it's manifesting that he has, if he's forgiving her, he's letting her get away with certain things, and he's not bringing it up again. But he still has these feelings, and he's taking it out on somebody, and that person is named Sam. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like. And so, yeah, he's kind of, I mean, but who gives a shit about Sam? Like, who is she? Like, she's not like, they're not best friends or anything. It is his wife's coworker. He could hate her all she wants. What difference does it make? I'm sure she's heartbroken that he has these feelings about her. I'm sure she's heartbroken. Who gives a F? Like, what are we talking about? What is this even really about? What do you think about?
I mean, he says they're on the path to reconciliation, which means they're not done.
They're not out of the
And
woods.
part of not being done is this problem that he's explaining here. I don't know what he wants us to do about it.
I mean, I just feel like whatever anger he has towards Sam is misplaced. That's really anger that should be reserved for his wife. He's clearly
Yeah.
got things that he hasn't worked out with her. He's still
Yeah.
angry with her. He needs to talk to her about it.
Yeah.
And 18 months, if he's going to forgive an affair, it's been 18 months.
I mean, he's explaining how he feels. He hasn't done anything. So he can't be an asshole or not be an asshole. He's just saying, like, I feel this way. Like, okay,
You're right.
good for you. Like, I don't know what he wants us to do.
But what does Sam, I guess my point is, what does Sam care? And what does he care about what Sam thinks of him? Like, he's clearly got this anger built up towards his wife. He's angry at his wife. He's not telling his wife about it for whatever reason.
Maybe he has the hots for Sam, but he's angry because Sam cheated
Trying to bang
on somebody
Sam
else or something. He can't, so he doesn't trust her either. I don't know.
Trying to bang Sam as a measure of revenge, but he doesn't have the
I'm-
game to make it work.
Well,
Maybe what's going on?
I don't know. I mean, this thing is just like he's in a place where it's like I don't know. This whole like I would have removed myself from this whole situation, and he's trying to fight through it.
Boxing
Yes.
for White Life says Sam is a co-conspirator. I mean, but is she though? What makes her a co-conspirator in this scenario?
Well, she knew things that this guy's wife did, and when he asked Sam, Sam told him a lie. Is how I read it.
Well, I'll tell you,
So she
uh,
conspired in the original cover up to some extent and kept doing that, and also cheated on someone she was seeing, and used his wife as a cover up.
Sam did. Sam cheated on somebody.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah,
Oh,
this is
okay.
Peyton Place. They're all assholes or whatever. I don't know.
Hayden Place. There's,
Nobody will get that.
I missed the her cheating on somebody part. I guess that makes sense, but I mean, sort of, but not really. Because, like, I could tell you this: if you and I were coworkers
Mhm,
and you were like messing around,
mhm.
I would not go snitching on you to anybody. Like this.
Oh, What if
that's not-
What if you and I were in the office and I was like, Omar, I did all this scandalous strip club stuff this weekend that my girlfriend doesn't know about, and now you know. And
Hmm.
what if my girlfriend calls you up and says, Omar, what's going on with the moose? What's happening?
Is not
Are
my
you
place.
just like, I don't know.
I'd be like, you gotta talk to Bruce. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna snitch on anybody.
That's probably the best answer, but it sounds
Yeah.
like that's not what this Sam person did.
Yeah, but I'm not just gonna go out of my way to rat out a coworker or like because first of all, you put me in that position because you're telling me all this stuff. Now it's gotta be like attorney-client privilege. I can't tell you anything. You're gonna have to go talk to me yourself.
Let's assume we're working in a non-law firm.
Yeah, but even if I wasn't a lawyer, it's like you're telling me stuff. I'm not going to go divulging secrets. I've gotten used to it now. I've gotten used to the attorney-client privilege things.
Yeah.
Tell me stuff. It's going to be a secret forever.
Put it in the vault.
Yeah.
It's in the vault.
I'm certainly not going to go call like your wife and say, "Hey, did you know what Bruce was doing? Guess where his face was last night as he was snorting coke off the stripper asshole named Cheyenne or something."
Whoa.
You would never do that, Bruce. You would never do
night.
such a thing. It was a crazy night. One hell of a bachelor party, I'll tell you that much.
Oh dear.
Oh,
The scandal.
Bruce is doing it now. Now Bruce is thinking that everybody's the cheating assholes. Everybody.
Well, it's because he said she did. I mean, I'm just reading the story. I'm not speculating.
Yeah, you're not. But all I'm saying is, I'm not mad at Sam for covering up for her friend. You can't expect friends to snitch. Why would you? Because that's another character flaw.
Well, so the way you described it, like you're gonna have to talk to them about it. Okay, that's
Yeah.
one way to do it. But
I
the
would've
way I interpreted this was that Sam is sort of like, oh yeah, your wife did bad things. I know about it. I can corroborate some of it. And then when he asked other questions, she kept withholding that information. So it's
but
almost
that's
like
she's telling half truth.
it's like she's got a foot half in the scandal. You know what I mean? As opposed to just staying out of it totally.
It's just still way too much importance on this person named Sam. Like, what the fuck do you want from her, man? She's not going to give you all like the concrete details. Go talk to your wife, man.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's wife was the cheater, and then the Sam, and then covered for Sam. So it's like his wife is a scumbag, and he's like, "Well, we're trying to reconcile." I'm like, "Well, good, okay, good luck with that. What do you want me to do? I don't know. I would have
be mad
left."
at Sam the whole time. That's the
fun.
way to go.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
he's not the asshole, but he's an idiot, kind of. Amy says, but she was Sam's friend and not his. Exactly. He thought that she would side with him, but she's never gonna.
yeah,
Never, ever, ever. And you can't expect her to.
yeah.
So it's not that he's an asshole. He's just kind of dumb. That's all. He's just, hey, you wanted to forgive her, man. So you got quarrel with your wife, then go talk to her. Don't talk
half,
to Sam.
half of all the humans out there are dumber than average, right?
Yes, they are. All right. So I think the consensus with this one, is there a follow-up? There isn't. Let's see what the best comments are. Tell Sam's partner, otherwise you become like Sam in his story. Oh, I was thinking about that. One, so shouldn't, by his definition, by his logic, shouldn't he like go rat on Sam to her boyfriend or whatever?
If Sam's partner asks him something, then he should be 100% transparent if he's going to do that. Otherwise, he should be like, I feel like you either need to be like, I'm staying out of it, it's none of my business, or you need to tell 100% of the truth. You should choose. If you do 50% of the truth, you're not really, you're in this weird area that I think Sam was in.
I'll tell you right now, man, I ain't saying shit, man. It's like, you're going to have to go talk to Bruce. You go, you know what? I don't know where Dominic was. Why don't you go ask him?
Stay out of it 100%. I'm with you on that.
Am I his keeper? I'm not his dad. We'll talk to him. I don't know shit. Anyway, I think that about covers it for today. We got Flat done in an hour and a half. That's significantly better than the 2.5 hours from last week. That was wild. It's usually when we have Schnitzel on that things get prolonged somehow. Or Lauren's going to miss this stream.
We had some longer stories too. I think these were longer letters last time than these.
Yeah, these ones are a lot more straightforward, which I appreciate.
Yeah. Get to the point.
Yeah. Oh, I told Lauren that she's gay, and she said, kinda. A little bit.
Breaking news.
Anyway, folks, I want you all to have a good weekend. Hey, Bruce, thanks for joining and sticking in for the full hour and a half, man. You be safe out there. Be safe with the pedo mobile and all that other stuff.
The tech van.
The tech van. Bruce is not a pedophile. I promise. He's not.
Gee whiz.
That's the tech man. Never mind.
Defamation. I'm hiring David S. Gingras for my defamation case.
Oh, I don't like those odds. Could I give you some recommendations?
Maybe I should hire someone else.
By the way, we only came up on 3 out of 10 super chats, so I'm not going to share my online dating story. We will save that for next week.
Bummer.
But all right, folks, I love you guys. Have a good weekend. Be safe out there. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.